Hi Year 5 and welcome to Friday's Maths. We're reviewing volume and cubic centimetres today, and we are looking at lesson 9.10 in our Stepping Stones Maths book. So our learning goal today is to review volume and cubic centimetres. Now in your pack, can you please go to your pack and get out a snap lock bag that's got it's got 20 of those connecting cubes in them. We're going to pretend those are ones blocks, you know, those MAB, and that's what we're going to be using them for today. You probably won't have as many as you need, so if you have something similar that you can use that's all the same size, then you can go for it and get those out, but they do need to be cubes. So see how you go with what you've got, and we'll try our best. You should have at least 20 in your bag. So go and pause the video and go and get those now, please. Can you use your blocks to build a prism of less than 20 blocks? So less than 20 blocks, can you please build a prism? You can pause the video while you do that. Can you then write down the dimensions of your cube? We're going to imagine all of our cubes are 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre. So that's what you would write down. It's a 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre cube. And then could you write down the dimensions of the prism that you made? So for example, if you have got 3 blocks up and 5 blocks across, I'd like you to write 3 centimetres wide and 5 centimetres high. Can you pause the video and do that? Please make about 5 different kinds of prisms and write down the dimensions of each. Pause the video while you do that, please. Okay, how can we calculate the volume of each prism without counting every cube to make the prism? How can we work out the volume? What we're going to do is we work out the number of cubes in the base using our length times width strategy, and then we multiply this amount by the number of layers. So we work out the base, and then we work out how many of those bases there are altogether, basically. How many layers are there? What kind of unit do we use to describe volume? We use cubic centimetres. What is the abbreviation we use for that, for cubic centimetres? It's cm3 with a 3. Can you calculate the volume of some of the prisms that you've made? Pause the video, make some, see if you can calculate the volume. So you're working out the area of the base, and then you're multiplying that by the number of layers. Which of your prism has the greatest volume? How do you know? You can pause the video to do this before we go on to the next step. Okay, turn into your maths book now, 9.10. Don't go ahead, listen to what I'm saying, please. Okay, let's have a look at the first part here. What do you know about base 10 ones blocks? How would you describe it to me if you were describing a base 10 ones block? Can you call the ones block a cube? If your answer is yes, how do you know? Perhaps your answer is no. Can you explain your answer? What is the volume of a ones block? How would we work out the volume of a ones block? Let's have a look. A ones block occupies 1 cubic centimetre of space. The abbreviation for a cubic centimetre is centimetres cubed. So it is a cube. And what would the volume be? 1 centimetre cubed. Okay, because it's 1 by 1 by 1. Put your blocks that are in your pack on this base. If you've got enough, can you please make them 6 layers high? See if you can make them 6 layers high. If not, you might just have to imagine you've got 6 layers, or try it with something else that you've got. How could you work out the volume of the stack? How could you work that out? Remember we talked about we would work out the base, and then we'd work out the area of the base, and then we would multiply it by the number of layers. So our platypus, can you see him? Was my face in the way? Multiplied the number of cubes in the base by the number of layers. What a smart platypus. Okay, let's have a look at what we've got here. So let's have a look at the pattern this is making. Well, where can I put my face? I'll put myself up here. Okay, so if the number of cubes in the base is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as it is here, and I have just one layer, I just have one layer on my base, then my volume is 5 times 1. I had 5, that's my total area is 5, and my volume, my layers is 1. Okay, my base isn't changing, but my volume is changing as I add more layers. It's getting bigger, isn't it? So if I add 2 layers, then I simply have to multiply it by the base, and then I would get 10. Can you go ahead and fill in that graph? You do need to know your multiplication tables, don't you? As we do in most of our maths. I know you'd get sick and tired of me telling you that. Okay, let's have a look at the rest of the student journal, because I'm really confident that you'll be able to go ahead and complete this. So, using those blocks again, as I said before, you might not have exactly the right amount of blocks, but you can either sort of just repeat them or even work it out. You might not even really need those blocks, see how you go, or use something else that is of a consistent size to work out your layers. Okay, you can see there's a pattern. Follow the pattern. The base does not change. So I'm just go back down to that question. Our number of cubes in the base does not change. We don't even have to count all of those because we know how to work out the area of a base. 1, 2, 3, 4 down the side, 1, 2 on the other side, so length and width. So therefore I've got 4 times 2 equals 8. Or if I wanted to check that, I could simply count all of those and I'd see I had 8. That's not the most efficient way to do it though, is it? It's better for us to use the formula that we know, because then we can do it with massive shapes. Because we know the formula, we don't have to count every block individually. Let's have a look at the second page. I'll just show you page 2 there. And page 2 is the same. Take your time, take care with your calculations, making sure that you are remembering your multiplication facts correctly, and please have a go at step ahead. Let me know if you have any problems with this. Please send me a message or email or Dojo or Teams, whatever. You know, there's lots of ways you can contact me and I really want to help you out. Let me know if you didn't get any blocks in your pack, but they should all be there. Okay, have a great day and I'll see you for maths on Monday.